Batman the Animated Series Season 3 Episode 12 titled Trial, and this episode is really good. This is a really good episode because it's dealing with a topic that is always interesting to talk about in any Batman medium, and that is this. There's the Joker, there is the Penguin, and Poison Ivy, and Scarecrow, and Mad Hatter, Mr. Freeze, and Two-Face. If Batman wasn't around, would they still be there or not? Did Batman just make everything worse? Except making things better, right? And that's what this episode is about, because what happens is that the villains of Gotham has kidnapped Batman and the Assistant Attorney to a trial in Arkham to basically prove that point. Like, is Batman responsible over these villains or not? And because of it, you get these very good topics, and then good topics, and you have these good scenes. I mean, anything dealing with the actual trial is actually awesome. With like Mad Hatter's like, Batman made me to take her away, but he could spend her with witches. I will kill her for it. And Poison Ivy is like attacking the District Attorney because she's picking a flower to show like you would still try to kill Harvey if Batman wasn't around. And the Harley Quinn stuff. Okay, that's the best of the trials. I mean, Harley Quinn is basically like, if there wasn't no Joker, if there was a Batman, I would have met my person. Thank you, Batman. And basically, yeah, and it started. That's when I think it started to hit the whole thing about like, Harley worked here, met the Joker, twisted her brain a bit. Intriguing, interesting. Okay, and that's what this episode is. And of course, you're staring around, quick, with this excuse. Like, okay, no, I'm sorry. But, we're dealing with those topics and seeing, like, yeah, if Bruce didn't put that costume on, there would still be, probably not a Joker and Harley Quinn, but there would be a Clayface. There would be a Mr. Freeze, a Scarecrow, a Riddler, a Poison Ivy, a Killer Croc, Mad Hatter. Like, it wouldn't happen. Maybe not the way it actually did, but it would still happen. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic way of talking about the psychologically subjects that drives along not just the main character, but the characters, the supporting characters as well.